If you're calculating your year-over-year growth percentage like this, chances are your calculation is incorrect. Today I'm going to show you why it happens, when it happens, and most importantly, how you can overcome this. This issue occurs usually when your fact table's information does not contain full years. For example, in my sales table, my minimum date where I have information is 1st of May 2022, which is in the middle of the year. And my last date where I have information is 31st of May 2024. Also, I have a day table that starts on the 1st of May 2022 and ends on the same date as my sales table on the 31st of May 2024. As you can see, both the first year and the last year are not complete. So let's assume you would use the total sales for this year's measure, and then you will use a total sales for the previous year measure that contains this function, same period last year, and then calculate the year-over-year growth percentage. And the result is this. This right here is incorrect, and let me tell you why. First, I calculated the minimum date for the previous year, the minimum date for the selected year, the max date for the previous year, and the maximum date for the selected year. Now, the sales for the previous year are calculated between 1st of May and 23rd of December. The sales for this year are calculated from 4th of January, 23rd of December. Now, in my mind, the year-over-year growth percentage should be calculated for both years using the same period. For the selected year, we have this period between 4th of January and 1st of May where we do have information, but for the previous year, we don't have this. So I would like to calculate my year-over-year growth percentage starting with 1st of May in both years. Now, I've told you earlier there is a way to sort this. Let me show you how. First, this is the measure that I use to calculate the sales for the selected year. You will see that I have calculated the minimum date for the previous year, the maximum date for the selected year, and then I calculate the sum for the dates between the minimum date from the previous year where I had 1 year and the maximum date. Using the same principle, I calculate the total sales for the previous year, with the sole difference that I'm calculating for the dates between the minimum date and the maximum date of the selected year minus 1 year. Then of course I will use a separate measure that calculates the year-over-year percentage based on the new measures. And the results would look something like this. The correct year-over-year percentage is much smaller than the initial one. That is because between 1st of May 2023 and 23rd of December 2023, the total sales are 2.43 millions, not 3.83 millions like it was before. In fact, 3.83 millions are the sales for the entire year. Obviously, the sales for the previous year I would expect it to be the same. But you could have a different scenario. Let's transform the data for a second. Let's assume that the date table doesn't have the last day the same as the last day in the orders table. And we will say 2024, month, December, day 31st, close and apply. Let's see if it changes anything. If we switch to 2024, the total sales for the previous year are 3.83 millions. The total sales for the current year are 1.22 million, and we would have a drop of 68% in sales, which is not entirely accurate because between the 31st of May of 2024 and the 31st of December of 2024 we have no information. So the year-over-year growth percentage should be calculated only for the first half of the year. And here we can see that total sales for the previous year for the same period that we have information in this year are lower than the initial calculation. So this is a very easy and straightforward way to make sure that your calculations are correct. And if you want to learn more about tax, I have a playlist where you can find videos with more tips like this one. This is Telian signing off. Until the next time, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Cheerio!